Hi, I'm Monica Packer from About Progress, and this is a growth spurt, a bite sized way you can increase your progress today. Today, I want to talk about some simple ways you can inject joy into your days this holiday season. This is all done in the spirit of not just getting through it, but in a way that feels good. I have to admit to you that I am not typically a super good holiday person. While I enjoy so much of the traditions and the experiences that we have together, I find myself often pretty darn overwhelmed. And so I have been working already on getting ahead for the holiday season in ways that aren't typical for me, but ways that are also possible with the season I'm in right now and helpful as well. And alongside that, trying to fill my own reserves so I have things to give from. What I'm going to share is kind of connected to another growth spurt I did on romanticizing your life. So I will link to that. But the whole idea is finding really small, mini ways to fill in your tank. Now, these are things that I typically try to do even outside of a holiday season, but I'm especially doubling down on them now to ensure, again, that I have something to pull from. And these may seem really small, but this is just about giving myself little breaks and rewards sprinkled throughout my day. So these should be doable and not in any way prescriptive. What I'm hoping for you is that as you're listening to this, you'll come up with your own that add joy and breaks to your day, while also stealing the ones that sound good to you. I've been keeping track of these small joys that I've been doing in real time. So if I find myself doing, I'm like, oh, that's another small joy that I do. And I've added that to a note on my phone. So one that I do often is, you may have heard of this, it's one of my favorite habits. I watch YouTube while I eat lunch during the middle of the day. If I can just pause even for 5 minutes and watch an architecture digest video, or I always love the interior design ones. So I watch a lot of people renovating their British manors or their nunneries in the French countryside. I love doing that, even if all I can fit in is 5 minutes. That helps me just have that little break and reward. I also watch YouTube videos while I do my skincare at night. I love the results of the skincare, but I often dread the process of it. And I find the earlier I get ready for bed, the better. And so to incentivize that and also make it feel funner, I watch those same YouTube videos while I do my skincare. Another kind of way that I add in small joys to something I don't totally love doing, I listen to a lot of audiobooks and or I save certain podcasts for certain things. So audiobooks while I'm doing the laundry or washing dishes, cleaning the kitchen, any other bigger chores I have, I really add joy to that by listening to audiobooks or to certain podcasts that I reserve for those tasks that don't really feel good or that I'm avoiding, from strength training to putting away the laundry. My favorite podcast that I love to listen to for that is the Popcast. It's one of those ones that the more you listen, the more you get those inside jokes, and it may not be for everyone, but I support them on Patreon. So I get all the extra episodes they do. I get the ad-free episodes. And I also recently started supporting their Shelf Respect podcast. It's a new podcast all about books. So that's one of the ways that I add joy to my chores in particular. Other things that add small joys is about once a week, I tend to take my kids to this local market, downtown holiday. It's called the Fox Market. It's done by the Fox Group, which is a really amazing builder in our area. And I'll say they are out of reach for me financially. But I love going to this Fox Market because there are a lot of things that are within reach for me. Like their sodas are very cheap and affordable. Their ice cream is not cheap, but it is more affordable than other things in that store. But while we're there, I like to browse around and look at all the other fun things they have, from cookbooks to jewelry to cute clothes to little toys that you can give, other gifts that you can give to people. I just like exploring it. Again, most of it is out of reach for me, but I enjoy the experience. So I do that. Another little treat that I do once a week is before or after our speech therapy appointment for my toddler, we go to a local bakery that's just around the corner from our speech therapist. The bakery is Thule Bakery. They have two spots, but the one we go to most often is on 15 something. I can never remember. I think it's 15 North, 1500 North. Um, and we just get a little thing. He usually gets a cookie. I usually get a biscotti, and a croissant or something else like that. And it's become a tradition of ours. It gives us a moment. He loves to sit outside. He's very insistent. When we get it, he knows we sit outside for even just a few minutes before we go into the appointment. And that is such a moment of joy for both of us and connection. I adore it. One of the ways I used to do this with my fourth child when he was the only one at home for a few years is on Friday mornings when he would have preschool and I couldn't do work, is we would go treasure hunting together. That's what we called it. We would go to a thrift store and explore there, and I'd have to hold his hand very tightly. We have a couple thrift stores all over that I would just kind of bounce around between on Fridays. And as part of that, we would get a treat after, like at the Thule Bakery or somewhere else. I am really into the pastries around here, so I can tell you where to go for certain things. So we would do that too. I'm not doing that right now, but I can foresee that happening in time when kind of some things lighten up. Maybe Friday afternoons, my little one and I will do that. But that's another one I wanted to bring up for the past as well. Another thing that has been adding small joys to my everyday, bright lipstick. Maybe you see this on the video versions of the podcast. Mine's kind of faded right now, but I bought a couple recently from Violet. I think that's how you say it. It's kind of a French lipstick place. But there's some cheaper ones from NYX has this good, it has butter as part of the name of it. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact name, but any kind of bright lipstick that just kind of weirdly brightens my day. And when I look in the mirror and every other part of me looks so tired and exhausted, just having that little bit of bright lipstick really does brighten me and my life. So love that. Another small joy is reading in front of the fire. It's gotten cool enough for me to occasionally turn on our fire. And when I can just lay down in front of it and read, that is heaven, especially with a very nice cuddly blanket, which I also bought two recently from Lowly, I think. Cozy Earth has some good bubble ones as well. They're called the Bubble Blanket. So anything like that is just pure heaven. Adore it. Another small joy is Brad and I, we haven't been going to the movies as often as we've liked, but we have weirdly started going to the IMAX movie theater once every month or two to see some classics that they've had. We went to the Jaws anniversary. We went to Interstellar. He and I just went to Back to the Future. We saw Apollo 13. I looked to see if they're doing this in 2026, and I didn't see that there was a monthly anniversary movie at IMAX like they were doing this year. But that's just been so fun. So something like that has been nice with our kids, our older kids that have been able to go, or just with Brad and I. And what we do is on the way there, this is totally cheating, I'm sorry, but we stop at a gas station and we run in and grab 2 to 3 snacks per person and put it in my big purse. Sorry, I'm one of those people. I refuse to pay the theater fees for snacks and treats there. So that's been another big one. And finally, I would say a small joy for my day is if I can, again, get ready early for bed and I'm in bed at 9 and I can read for a while, that brings me so much joy. And it also incentivizes the whole get ready for bed early thing. So that's it for my small joys each day. Something I've shared recently on More Personal is what I'm actually doing to prepare ahead of time for the holiday season, what I'm trying to do to keep track of gifts and neighbor gifts and kid gifts and teacher gifts, and what I'm doing to try to get ahead, like getting my cards out ahead of time, and things I'm simplifying, things I'm going all in on. I've shared that all in a More Personal episode. So check that out by signing up for the Supporters Club at the Bessie or Ride or Die level, and you'll get access to that. Before we go, I want to share about a Progressor Spotlight. I want to spotlight my friend Becky, who is taking time to record some music. I just think it's really, really cool and it's impressive, and I'm proud of her for doing that. So Becky, good job. That's it for today's Growth Spurt. I hope in listening it gives you some ideas on how you can inject some small joys each day in this holiday season to not just get through it, but to get through it better. Thank you so much for listening. Now go and do something with what you learned today.